fuck? Do you take the easy way out all the time? If so, you cannot expect to find happiness. And welcome to the debrief. Here we go. We got another awesome episode for you out here in this beautiful mountain in Utah. Unfortunately, we're missing my trusty assistant, 𝗪𝗧 𝗧𝘃, and Donna. Donna couldn't be here. We've got an awesome episode today. Today's episode is about how to make the most out of life. Well, how to have the motivation to make the most out of life. And this one's going to be really simple. You ready for this shit? Whew. Okay, so actually, here, lesson number one. Keep yourself cold, all right? Throughout the day, if you get really, really warm, you tend to get sluggish, to get the temperature down. There's lesson one. You want to make the most out of the day? You want the energy to do so? Go take a cold fucking shower. If you live by the ocean, go jump in the ocean. Lake, go jump in a lake. Do something that is going to shock your fucking system. Cold showers work. But let me give you a story about me. When I was younger, when I was 16 years old, okay, so I went through a little phase where I was bullied, very shy, insecure. I came out of that phase and I became a brawler. And I was always trying to fight guys who I thought were bullies, right? Because having been bullied, I wanted to rid the world of bullies. I wanted to teach bullies a lesson. And I wanted to do it with my fucking fists. And I ended up doing it a lot. Fists, elbows, knees, feet. Took it a little too far to extreme, which, you know, go figure. I did a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of really stupid stuff. And I ended up getting myself, making enemies with some bad people. And what ended up happening was that there were some guys from the hood, from El Cajon in San Diego, who were looking for me. And these were supposedly gangbangers, supposedly really bad guys. I never ended up seeing them, but they came to several parties that they thought I was going to be at. One of my friends said he saw a gun. They came to my school and they got kicked off campus. They were looking for me. When I heard that there's some bangers from southeast San Diego were looking for me and that they were very dangerous people, it made me scared for my life. I was afraid for my life, but how did I respond to it? I made it seem like I wasn't scared. I was like, fuck those bitches, they ain't gonna do shit, right? And it excited me, it elevated me because I realized my life was in danger. I was scared as fuck for my fucking life. And knowing that these guys were coming to my school, getting kicked off campus, or coming to parties, I was just missing these guys. It made me think, holy shit, this day could be my last. This weekend could be my last. And so I started rallying my friends like, this could be our last fucking weekend of party ever, bro. We gotta party so fucking hard. Like, that's how I was with all my homies. It's like, this could be the last weekend of our fucking lives, dude. We gotta go do this shit. Let's go, come on. And I've lived that way for 20 years. I lived that way every day. When I was in college, I was still fighting. I was defending my frat. So I was always fucking, well, not every weekend, but a lot of weekends, I was throwing blows with guys that were coming in. They were being disrespectful to girls in our house, or being disrespectful to the house in general. And a lot of fucking football players, not a lot, but there's a handful of them who, you know, came in with an attitude, and I had to fucking set them straight and let them know. You can punk out any other frat house, but not ours, because I'm gonna smash your fucking head into one of these sucko walls. That was my attitude back then. So there were people who wanted to hurt me, and that scared me. And the way I dealt with the fear was to make a joke about it and to live more intensely. Then afterwards, Ironman, triathlons and shit. There's a handful of instances I was afraid for my life because I was almost drowned a handful of times. And then skydiving, and then, well, surfing. Surfing was the next thing that really scared the shit out of me and still does to this very day. It's half of why I do it. But then I know I'm going to the Marine Corps, and I know, you know, I have a deadline, right? I'm in college, and I know I'm going to the Marine Corps, and I'm going to war because that's what I fucking wanted, and I'm gonna be a grunt. So the chance of me dying is better than the chance of all the guys around me. So that made me live more intensely. Like, I'm going to war in a couple years, man. I gotta fucking live this shit up. I approached every day with more intensity than just about everybody I knew. And to this very day, I'm the same way. And I get asked all the time, how do you have so much energy? Why are you so fucking intense? Why you always fucking gotta do all these things? Why can't you just chill out? Why don't you just relax? You ask me all the time, how come you don't just chill out? Well, because tomorrow I could be told that I have cancer. But why is that an option? Well, because every day in America, there's like 3,000 people who get told you have cancer. How the fuck do I know that I'm not gonna be one of them? And how do you who is watching, how do you know that tomorrow you are not gonna get a call from a doctor or go into the doctor's office and get told, I'm very sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but we've run a bunch of tests and you have colon cancer. That could happen to you tomorrow, dude. Do you not fucking realize that? 3,000 people a day. 3,000 people who thought they were totally fucking fine. And they get told, you have cancer. Anyways, going back to before. That's why I live so intensely, okay? And that's how I lived before, knowing that I was going to the Marine Corps. Good chance I was gonna die, I'd blow my legs off. I gotta use my legs while I got them. That's why I started doing, I had to do the Ironman triathlon, just in case I blew my legs off. I wanted to fucking be able to run that marathon. I started surfing just because I had to experience that before going in and dying. And then coming out of the Marine Corps, I experienced a lot of death. I knew a lot of guys who died, but know a lot more people who died post-Marine Corps. A lot of them suicide, and a lot of them random shit. A lot of cancers. So many cancers. A couple car accidents. You know how many people die in fucking car accidents every single fucking day in America? Oh no, I'm sorry. Die from alcohol-related incidents. My bad. Step back. 88,000 people a year. That's why all the people, you know, trying to stop the guns and shit. How many people die from guns? 22,000. Peanuts. Just kidding. Not really. 88,000 people are dying from booze every year. How many is that a day? Diego, pretty please, could you put the math up on the screen? 88,000 divided by 365. Now you know how many are dying a day. Alcohol-related incidents. And then how many people are just dying on the road every fucking day? Diego, pretty please, could you put that on there? Diego's the editor, just in case you didn't know. He's also a Marine artilleryman. How many people die road biking? Just riding their bike. Smack dead. Actually, pre-Marine Corps. My parents are chilling at home, and they hear, run outside. Biker got smacked by a car. Your dad runs out, tries to support the guy, and guy dies in his arms, right there. This is while I was doing triathlons. Needless to say, they were not fucking stoked about all my road biking I was doing. My dad tells me that story, and he's like, be careful. When we were kids, he would post all these newspaper clippings of how many people dying on the road, right? Because how many teenagers, how many 16-year-olds get a car and then fucking wreck it, kill themselves, kill someone else? It's tons, right? The risk is there. Every single time you get behind the fucking wheel of your car, there's a 1 in something chance that you are going to die. Why? Because it's happening every fucking day. Just look at the news. Look at what's going on in the news. What does all the news tell you? Somebody was shot, somebody was stabbed, these fucking car accidents happened, and there's these wars are going on, all these people died all over here, all over the world. That's all you hear in the news. Oh, now COVID. Those people dying of COVID. How many fucking people do you know who've died of COVID? Goddamn Kung flu. Killing motherfuckers, man. What's up with that? You don't know when you die, man. You could die any fucking day. So how do you make the most out of every day? Step 1 through 10 is to accept the reality that you could either die tomorrow or you could get a diagnosis that tells you you are going to die very soon. How many people on a daily fucking basis get told you have cerebral palsy and you're not going to walk in a year? Tons. One of my uncles get told you have cancer. Uncle Vinny Murphy. Vinny Murphy from A Grunt's Life. Right? The name comes from my uncle. Great uncle was a Korea vet. Still alive. He's crazy. Got fucking blown up and shot up 5 times. 3 Purple Hearts. He said, it'd be 5 if they knew how to fucking count. So his son, my Uncle Vinny, one of the most amazing human beings I've ever fucking known, that any one of us in our family have known. His back was hurting for a while, gets it checked out. A couple months later, gets told, you got cancer. You've got a couple months to live. 2 months later, he was gone. Another uncle, driving down the freeway, stressed out of his mind about all the shit going on in his life. And former NYPD cop fucking burst a fucking artery in his, on his heart. It explodes while he's driving. Another uncle goes downstairs to the basement to grab something, keels over and dies. His wife, my aunt, finds him, has a gnarly stroke. You have no fucking clue, dude. Guy I knew from my fraternity, out riding ATVs, rolls it, quadriplegic. Can you imagine? So if you just accept how fragile life is, if you accept how close we are to death on any given fucking day, that should motivate you to make the most out of your day. Because just imagine this, and you have to imagine this. This might suck for some of you, but you gotta do it. Nut up. See yourself moments from death, right? Close your eyes. See yourself. Let's just say, I used to imagine that I had either blown my legs off and I was bleeding out, or I had a gunshot wound to the chest, sucking chest wound, and I was drowning in my own blood. So I used to envision this. And imagine, in that moment, am I gonna be scared? Am I going to be, am I gonna be like, no, I'm not ready, I'm not ready? Because a lot of people die like that. And it's not pretty, it's horrible. I'm like, I don't wanna die like that. If I'm dying, I want to know in that moment that I fucking gave life all I had, that I brought it every single fucking day. I brought it. And then I can die in peace, no matter how I'm dying, right? I could die any fucking day on this mountain. I like going through the trees. I like going fast. If I smack into a tree, I could die. Happens not all the time, but it happens often. Guys turn into, become quadriplegics, paraplegics, cracking into trees and shit, hitting jumps and landing bad, or hitting rocks, falling down hills. My buddy just sent me a video yesterday. One of my best friends, Seth, sent me a video last night. Him and his buddies, they're a couple of fucking canyons over snowboarding. They were going down this really steep chute, and this fucking guy slips. It was so steep that these guys couldn't even ride it. Then they were in the wrong spot. The guy's free falling, tumbling down the fucking thing, crashes into a tree. I met a guy here, crashed into a tree in the jacuzzi. Fucking almost lost his life, went coma. Had to rehab his whole body. My cousin Bobby, friend of his from work, fucking one of his favorite guys ever. All of a sudden, he gets told he has cancer. Got a few months. He talked to him fucking like the day or the day before he died, and he heard the fear in his voice, and it fucked him up in the head. He heard that fear. He heard the guy saying, "Bobby, they're coming for me. Like they're coming for his. They're gonna give him some meds, and that was gonna be it." He heard that fear, and my cousin's been rattled ever since. That fear of death. The knowledge that death is close, that should drive you, it should motivate you to not be so fucking lazy and to not waste time. All the shit that I'm talking about in these videos, right? Start trying this shit, okay? Because there's All the things that I have learned, I've learned through my own fucking mistakes. Because I live so hard, I take a lot of actions. I make a lot of decisions. I come hard in the fucking paint, and I make a lot of mistakes. My God, more mistakes than anybody I know. I look back at myself the week prior like, oh my God, I'm such a, how could I be so stupid? I'm coming at it fucking too hard. And that's what I get. But I try my best to look back and learn from those mistakes and then not make them the next day so that I don't regret things. And if you guys apply a lot of these things I'm sharing with you that I learned from a lot of people more successful than I, some of it was trial and error, some of it was people more successful than I, some of it was from my amazing parenting. If you apply this stuff, your life will get better. A little more joy, a little more happiness, a little more love, a little less pain. That's what everybody wants to feel, a little less anxiety, a little less depression. Now, I fully acknowledge that there are some of you out there that none of this is going to work for you. For that, it breaks my heart, but the brain is a fucking crazy thing, and there are chemical imbalances that this is not going to help. And I hope very much that you try your hardest, that you try. Don't be a lazy fuck. Don't just accept that it can't get better, because everything can get better. Everything. Even if it's just a little, it can get better. So you have to accept that it can get better, and accept that if you're not trying to make it better, you're wasting your life. And that's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to waste your life. I don't want you to be lazy. Laziness is the fucking key to depression. You want to be depressed? Be a lazy fuck. Lazy is what I hate. Because I know a lot of fucking guys and girls who are really big, and they're really athletic, and they're really motivated. It's just the way it is. It's about your mindset. Are you a lazy fuck? Do you take the easy way out all the time? If so, you cannot expect to find happiness. You are not living your life to the fullest. You are not experiencing as much joy, happiness, and love as you could and should be, because you're lazy. So hopefully this video encourages you to stop being so fucking lazy and to stop wasting time. And if we go back to the last couple videos ago, that means identifying what is wasted time and what is productive time. Once you identify that, then you work to that every day. Minimize the waste and maximize the productivity to make your life happy. Okay, I am really cold. I hope this was helpful. I hope that in the comments you can share things that will help remind you and others that life is so fragile, that we are all one fucking day away from a cancer diagnosis, cerebral palsy diagnosis, or just dying in our car on the way to work or the store. Okay, peace, love, and war. See you in the comments. Woo.
𝗶𝗃𝗧 𝗧𝘃